Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Quite a unique video I am doing today. Nothing too special in all honesty, this is just a sit down commentary video really. The gameplay in the background is the current Xenoverse 2 World Tournament over the weekend. The only characters you are allowed to pick is Saiyans, at least the character has to be part Saiyan, CAC's excluded, so you cannot pick your CAC. So yeah, I'm doing this as a preset 3 of Goten, his festival preset, which I don't think will be unlocked if you haven't done the festival, or if you haven't maxed out your compadre in the festival. But yeah, every character is unlocked even if you haven't unlocked it, so honestly this World Tournament isn't too good though. The rewards are quite mediocre. I'm just doing this for more TP medals. But yeah, anyways, on to the main point at hand. Future Saga 3, where is it? Where's the trailer? Where's the next update? I'm going to be talking about this in this video because even though I do not have solid proof that a DLC will be coming soon, I've played Xenoverse for quite a few years now, and I kind of know what to expect from them. They follow a certain timetable, especially as of in recent years since the Legendary Pack was first released. They've started following a certain theme. So yeah, I'm going to be talking about when we can expect a teaser trailer, the actual DLC release date, and possibly the next Festival of Universes, which I am a little bit excited for, admittedly, just because for Festival of Universes it gives a lot more new content. Now granted, I'm not really going to be making videos during that point, because last time I tried making videos during the Festival of Universes, it was very slow, but I'll try my best to be a bit more productive during the Festival of Universes, whilst also getting the rewards, because I do like the new custom clothes they've added. But yeah, with that being said, I do hope you all enjoy this video, because I do want to do more commentary videos. It's just when I can, it's a very sort of difficult to, because nothing is really going on. And yeah, let's jump into the main thing, shall we? Now, moving on to when we can expect the trailer, I'm going to say this right now. I fully expect the trailer to release next week. Currently, it is the 13th of September 2025. If I had to put a date on it, I would probably say the 16th of September. And if it's not the 16th of September, I would say the 19th would probably be the next best bet for the next DLC, for the trailer. Why? Because typically Xenoverse 2 does actually release their trailers on a Tuesday or a Friday for some reason. I don't know why they do that. It's just something I've noticed. Typically you only see the trailers on a Tuesday or Friday. Granted, there are some exceptions to this rule. But yeah, I just thought it was very interesting. I'll keep this bit in. Don't expect it on those specific dates, right? Anywhere within that time frame, really. If I had to just say, like, oh, I think it would probably appear here, I would say it's probably going to be on the Tuesday. But yeah, moving on. The reason why I think that's when the trailer is going to launch is because the recent raid rewards have been very good, surprisingly. And with dimps, that is something you actually do need to take note of, because when they usually do some good raids, that means a big update is coming, typically a DLC update. And it started off with a Supercell I think a lot of people were actually sleeping on, the Shadow Dragon Supercell. I actually made 2 videos on the Shadow Dragon Supercell. Followed by that was actually a raid containing the Goku and Vegeta snowsuits. After this raid, I believe it was actually the Vegeta Supercell. I think I'm finally warmed up now, which is one people have been asking for a lot. And our most recent raid has featured the Kid Trunks Colors Tapion clothes. They do not bring these clothes back unless there's something big about to happen. And we've got a Saiyan, there's a Saiyan raid World Tournament, going on right now, which will be followed by the Canton City Tournament for Monday through Friday, through to Wednesday. And then we'll probably get a raid with the other Tapion clothes. If I had to make a guess, it would probably be the yellow ones. And after the yellow ones, we probably expect the regular ones to appear. After the regular ones, I'd say for red and then blue ones, or maybe switch for I don't know for order. All I know is the Tapion clothes are most likely all coming back very soon, so make sure you do the raids. But yeah, they do not release these good events unless something big is coming. And considering we are about to hit the 6-month mark since our last DLC for Diamond DLC, we are going to get the DLC very soon. Why? Ever since Legendary Pack 1, Dims has followed a 6-month, well, majority of the time, it's a 6-month wait before they release a DLC. The first one was in March 2021, Legendary Pack 1. Then, November 2021 was Legendary Pack 2, 6-month difference. Then afterwards, we got Hero of Justice Pack. Now, this is a little bit of a, this was a year later, actually. No, it wasn't a year later, I'm being it was a year later. November 2022, Legendary Pack, Hero of Justice Pack 1 release. I'll have these on screen, by the way, release dates. 6 months later, in, I believe it was May of 2023, was it? No, 2020, hold on. So, they released Hero of Justice Pack 1 in 2022, and then followed by that was Hero of Justice Pack 2 in May of 2023. A little bit weird, but bear with me here. Then afterwards, we had a very, very long wait, but a year later, we got Future Saga 1, which released in 2024 May. Then 6 months later, we got Future Saga 2, which released in November 2024. Now, the most recent DLC has been the Diamond DLC, which released in 2025 of May. A very, everybody, I'm pretty sure, should remember that, since it was most recent DLC. It's nearly November, and what do Dims usually like to do before they release the DLCs? They drop the trailers usually 2 months before they actually release. It is currently September, 2 months away from November, and we are currently in what is considered a dead Xenoverse 2 week. They don't do anything during these weeks, so that is usually the perfect time they drop these teaser trailers so they can get Xenoverse 2 like sort of up again in terms of the player counts. And honestly, since they're bringing back these raid rewards, it would be a really smart idea to get everybody back just before they drop the new raids as well. Dropping the teaser trailer for the next DLC would be massive right now. Now, if you were to ask me when I would expect the DLC to actually drop, honestly, I have no idea. All I know is it would probably be sometime in November, at the latest, early December possibly, because they do like to drop stuff during November and December time, because that's when Dragon Ball Super Broly released. And I mean, a lot of people do love Dragon Ball Super Broly. It keeps Dragon Ball games sort of alive during the holiday season as well, because it was just a major movie. People loved it so much. So I would not expect... So yeah, the DLC would definitely come out during this time. If I had to maybe say a specific date, I would maybe have to say the 16th of November, possibly. I don't know. That just seems like a certain... I honestly, I do not know what the November calendar looks like this year. I'll have to have a look after I've recorded this video. But if I had to make a guess, it would probably release late in November on a Friday. That's the only thing I could really... that's the only way I could... that's the only thing I expect Dims to do. Release it on a Friday in late November. Because, I mean, hey, that's when Black Friday is going to be around. So, yeah, you could release it just before Black Friday. And even then, you could get some people who... I mean, me, I'm going to be buying that DLC immediately before a Black Friday possible deal. But they would definitely release the DLC before Black Friday. Because they know content creators, they will buy it immediately. They need to cover content first. And then after, if Black Friday is just coming up, then that means, a player can buy this at a cheaper price, possibly. And I mean, it's just going to be a really smart idea to release it during November time. December, not as much, because, I mean, that is when the holiday season really kicks off. So it's going to be a really bad idea to release a new DLC when... I mean, I'll be completely honest here, a lot of people struggle during Christmas time. A lot of families do. I don't want to talk about this subject too much, but it would be better to release it in November, just before Black Friday. But yeah, that's probably when I would say the DLC should be expected to drop. This will be a massive update as well, because not only will we get, well, the DLC, we'll also get quite a major free update, because this will finally give us access to level 180, which has sort of been in the files for the longest time now, and people were even able to mod themselves to level 180 after the Diamond DLC. People were able to mod themselves even on Xbox. I've encountered modders as well. So yeah, very. I do think the DLC will drop in November. If I'm wrong, I'm incorrect. I do apologise. But yeah. So since we've talked about when I can expect the DLC, and now I'm just going to say this, do not take my words for this, I'm a dumbass. Everybody should know this. I'm a dumbass. Do not take my word for this. At the end of the day, I have no idea what Bandai or Dims are thinking. All I know is usually this is the time when the DLC will drop, and it does seem like they are preparing for something big. So do keep this in mind, but do not take this to heart. But yeah, I'm going to talk about like what we could expect in the DLC now, since we're looking at quite some surprising content. I will not lie. Now, typically in the Future Saga, they will release 3 characters bare minimum, and that's sort of been the standard for a lot of the most recent DLCs. They'll drop 3 characters. Now, you could say the Dynamo DLC only had 2 characters. That was a very, very special and unique occasion though, since Dragon Ball Daima was the brand new anime coming out, and the games had to get some sort of representation in there, because as it was going crazy at the time, that was the hype period, so they needed to get at least some Daima stuff. They already had the models in Legends. This DLC was very small as well. Honestly, I think it was worth the £5 price though. I do not mind spending £5 on this Daima DLC, because it actually did have some decent content. But yeah, with Future Saga, we're definitely getting 3 characters bare minimum. Now, if you were to ask me what these characters would be, I'm going to be completely honest. I have no idea. I do apologise. I have no idea what these characters would be. I see people talking about Ultra Super Villain Buhan. I see people talking about Spokovich. I've seen people talk about Broly DBS. I've seen people talk about Golden Frieza. You could even link Cooler into there as well with Frieza. There's a lot of things you could think about, because some of these characters, some of these DLC characters are missing quite a lot of their respected moves, and even characters in the base game are missing some of their moves. That's why we've gone like festival presets, for example Piccolo, Frieza, Goten, Vegeta, all from the recent festival. Actually, all those characters actually got something, and they were in the base game day 1. But yeah, I would expect this DLC to have something. Considering it's going to have a destroyed Conton City, I would expect it to be a character who is known for destruction. So that is why Frieza and Boo are probably at the top of the list, with Broly sitting comfortably at second, because I mean it would be very easy for you to make him lose control. I mean, we've seen this before with Z Broly. We've seen in Legendary Pack 2, Broly was out of control, and after he sealed away the power of Gogeta Blue, he was unstoppable until we got full power Jiren to help out. And as we do know, this Ultra Super Villain power is capable of turning good characters evil. Look at Vegeta and Jiren. Those characters were, like, admittedly good. Jiren is a hero in his universe. Vegeta, our Battle of Gods, he was a pure-hearted Saiyan who had undergone the God Ritual to stop Beerus from destroying his world, and few turned him evil before they were able to eventually break free thanks to the help of Goku and Arcax. So yeah, we're definitely going to get probably an evil character now, since Few is influenced by this Ultra Super Villain power. And I mean, who else would want to destroy Conton City? Really? Frieza is constantly invading this fucking place, so I wouldn't put it past him. We could maybe see Cooler get this power. I know a lot of Cooler fans, personally, and I think it would be amazing to see some updates for Cooler, since right now he's probably one of the cheesiest characters in the game. It would be nice to give him some new moves. Frieza as well. At the same time, you could save Frieza for Festival of Universes. Yeah, but very interesting what they could do. But for characters, I have no doubt we'd probably get some. I'd say we'd probably get 1 Ultra Super Villain, then 2 straight up brand new characters. So if it were to be Ultra Super Villain Frieza, I would say obviously Ultra Super Villain Frieza would be one, but followed by probably Wrathful Broly and like Akari Broly, who can transform into Super Saiyan. And if I had to say another one, honestly, I am a little bit unsure. Sorbet definitely wouldn't come. Maybe one of his lackeys in DBS, I forget their names, or even a Transform Zarbon. We haven't seen Transform Zarbon. Or you could add the Legend Kree to the game finally. That would be a little bit funny. If it's Majin Buu, I mean, it's unclear as day what they would do. Ultra Super Villain Boo-Han, we could get Boo Tanks or Boo Piccolo, Evil Boo and Spokovich since his clothes are in for files, maybe Yamovich, maybe Pure Poi Poi, Yakon possibly. There's a lot of characters they could do for Majin Buu, so I wouldn't be totally opposed to Majin Buu themed DLC. But yeah, just keep in mind there is a lot of characters they could do, a lot of new skills we could get, and a lot of new costumes. And speaking of costumes, I feel like we should probably move on to the Festival of Universes 5, since we do actually have information on that. And I feel like I've covered up the DLCs and the teaser trailers quite well here. I don't think there's really too much to talk about in terms of speculation, so I'll move on to Festival of Universes now. Now, for Festival of Universes, this is a little bit more unpredictable, to be honest. I have no idea when this could release. I would maybe argue this would probably release after DLC, maybe midway through December, and it will lead into February. Because they're definitely going to do the 6-week one again, because in the files right now, there is 4 presets, and 2 of the characters have actually had their moves leaked a little bit. But there is 4 new festival presets of 4 characters you probably didn't expect to get a festival key. At least 3 of them you probably didn't expect, but one of them kind of did need a festival move. So the characters are going to be DBS Gogeta, not Gogeta Blue, base form Dragon Ball Super Gogeta. Risky Goku is getting a new festival move. Risky Vegeta, he will be getting one, and Omega Shenron. These 4 characters are going to be getting festival moves in the 5th Festival of Universes. And since there's 4 characters, and since the last festival had 4 characters, I think it's pretty easy to determine this will be another 6-week festival. I'm very excited to see what clothes would happen. Again, you would probably need to get around, 30k points to max out the personal rewards. Make sure you get into top 500 for Elite Patroller, and make sure to get a bunch of star coins as well for the new items appearing in the star coin shop, because they at least bare minimum give us 2 new outfits in the star coin shop, along with some new auras and new artworks as well. I'm very excited to see what they'll do there. Unfortunately, that's really all I can give on Festival of Universes 5. Yeah, it just isn't really too much information. But yeah, Gogeta, I can actually tell 2 of the moves Omega Shenron and Gogeta will be getting. Gogeta is getting his counter he used against Broly. I'll put the clip on screen now right here, where Gogeta basically rolled his arms and countered Broly. Gogeta will be getting that as a counter, which could be devastating on a character like Gogeta. Already, he's very good. It all depends on which move they replace, and if they maybe change a few moves. But yeah, this character could be a monster if they make his preset right. And Omega Shenron, he's getting a new version of Dragon Thunder. Now, this is going to be very good. His original Dragon Thunder, I'm not the biggest fan of. You need to time that really against certain opponents. But from the looks of it, it will just be one of those skills where you just do a kick into it. Now, I'm not too opposed to this. It means the skill will be usable. It means Omega now has another option because his original Dragon Thunder sucks. I'm not too opposed to this. Unfortunately, Goku and Vegeta, we have no idea what they're going to contain. Apart from, these simple Geese are finally getting, Super Saiyan transformations. Now, the reason I know this, console mods, Genic, thank you very much. Link will be in the description, by the way. He doesn't know I'm going to put him in the description, but you're in the description now, motherfucker. But yeah, he's told me about this information, and he has posted this to Twitter/X quite a while ago, actually. So it isn't like anything new. I'm just reminding people this is what we'll expect for 5th Festival. But that is really it for 5th Festival. Genuinely, there's nothing else now. That is unfortunately it about the festival. I have nothing else to say. Because that's really all. I can't speculate what outfits we would get, as it's completely random what we would get. Maybe, we wouldn't get Majin Buu clothes, would we? We wouldn't get clothes which don't exist in the game already. So it's a really hard sort of thing to predict what you could get in Festival of Universes, apart from the characters which have already been leaked. And even in the 3rd Festival of Universes, quite a lot of characters were leaked actually in the first one. I remember Goten in specifically being a character who was leaked in the first Festival of Universes because he got the new AI along with Frieza and Piccolo. I know those characters were eventually going to get a Festival Preset, but still, they could just throw in curveballs whenever they really wanted to for the festival. That's one of the biggest issues predicting that event. So yeah, that's all the information about the Festival of Universes I can give, unfortunately. But still, not too bad, I would say. Looking at the festival right now, the future one, it does look pretty good. We're getting some pretty decent characters with some pretty decent moves, and I mean, two of them already have existing festival skills you can use with them as well. So I wouldn't say that is too bad either. Now, unfortunately, this does kind of bring us to the end of the video. Yeah, there's nothing else I can really say. I've gone over everything, really. I've gone over the events which are coming out. I've gone over when we could probably expect the teaser trailer, which would probably be some point next week. Don't take my word for that, though. It could be a little bit later. We've gone through when the DLC should release, which is probably going to be late November time. And the Festival of Universes, I mean, granted the date is very weird to predict, but I mean, we've gone over pretty much what the festival will have. So there's not much to really say apart from that. I mean, I guess going forward I will try to update people about what new rewards will be coming in for the upcoming raids, because I know for Tapion clothes, they're very rare. If you don't get them now, you'll have to wait another year, and even then that might not even be guaranteed, because I mean, they didn't. Well, actually no, they would probably bring them back in a year time. At least I'd hope they'd bring them back in a year time, but still, this is Dims we're talking about. They could maybe put these things back in lobotomy for another 10 years. We might never see these things again. But yeah, this is my prediction on the upcoming Future Saga Chapter 3 DLC for Xenoverse 2, and I am actually going to say this. I fully do not expect this to be the last DLC pack for Xenoverse 2. Obviously, Future Saga Chapter 4 is coming, but I mean, I'm expecting Xenoverse to continue getting DLC after the Future Saga. I generally do not think they're going to finish updating Xenoverse 2 just yet. They're still going to find ways to add content into this game. I feel like they've started experimenting with they've started experimenting with new things. They definitely will not stop. They're definitely not going to stop. They're going to continue updating this game, at least as my opinion. I feel like they'd probably continue doing this. They'd probably continue updating the game. I do hope not. I really want Xenoverse to just evolve into a third game now. Unless they were somehow able to change the netcode completely and rework some things. But at the same time, that's basically another game at that point. We need a third installment in the Xenoverse series. Hopefully Xenoverse 3. But until then, I guess we'll just have to continue supporting Xenoverse 2, which is arguably probably. I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say that. That's got a bit of fucking controversy. No, I'm not gonna say that. But yeah, Xenoverse 2 is looking good right now. In all honesty, Xenoverse 2 is in a really good state. Because of the DLC, genuinely right around the corner. So, before I end this video, let me just say this right now. Start grinding TP medals. The grind to level 180 for all of your cacks is going to be extremely difficult. Now, if you want to get to level 180 from 160, you need about 4,800 TP medals per cack. So 160 to 180 will be 4,800. Make sure you have a bit of Zenny on you as well, since you will need to buy some new food to give to Reese. I don't think we'll expect any like free transformations either this update. I would love some new transformations, preferably Super Saiyan 4. I know that's a transformation a lot of people do want. Especially since there is really nothing else for the other races to have apart from the Saiyans. So the Saiyans are really the only race with like transformations which have been left untouched. Granted, Frieza race has like first, second, third form, but honestly, who's going to care about that? We've got Golden form, which is arguably the strongest form for Frieza race. We're not getting the Black form either. They're not touching manga stuff. We're not getting any new races. Let's just keep this simple. We are not expecting anything cool to come in a free update. We're probably just going to get a level update, and some new content will be in for files, which I probably will cover, to be honest, when it drops. But yeah, with that being said, I do want to thank you all very much for watching. Please do start the grind for the next DLC now, because you never know when they could actually drop this DLC. It could be sooner, it could be later. We're unsure, but just in case, make sure you stock up on your TP medals or resources, because I have a feeling it's going to be this update. I have a feeling it's going to be really big for some reason. I don't know why. But considering we're nearly at level 199, this update is probably going to be quite big in preparation for it. I feel like the stats are going to be moved heavily for some reason. I don't know why, it's just a weird feeling I have. I do hope I'm wrong though. I hope this update isn't too big and doesn't affect the game too badly in terms of the stats. But we do need to start looking at the stats, because at the moment we're kind of like nearing the max, really. The damage is insane. We're easily able to get to max ki and max stamina. What else could we do unless they just raise the limit again for these things? So yeah, grind TP medals. There's plenty of videos out there. I could even make one at a later date. Remember 4,800 if you want to get a CAC from level 160 to level 180, or just buy super TP medals, because you'll only need 2,400 of those. Now granted, it is a little bit scummy how Dimps have marketed it, because you cannot get 2,400 unless you can't get 2,400 as a single thing. You have to buy the next option up, or you have to buy the 2,300 option and a 700 super TP medal pack. But yeah, with that being said, I do generally want to thank you all for watching. This is it now. This is the end of the video. No more going on. If you've enjoyed this, please do leave a comment saying you might want more of this content, because I am more than happy to do this. I do love just to take a minute to sit down. Yes, I'm now sitting down. After the intro, I decided to sit down. Oh wait, did I not mention that? No, sorry, that was a different take. Yeah, I've been sitting down this entire time just talking. Honestly, really fun. Actually, I do like sharing my ideas for what could happen to Xenoverse. But yeah, thank you all very much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.